What is up, killers? Kev here, and today back with a brand new episode of Skyrim Special Edition. Today we are going to be looking at 5 must-have weapon mods on the Bethesda.net website. But without further ado, guys, let's just jump straight into the video. King's Port, Elair Druin Dawnbreaker Replacer, coming in at 8 megabytes of a download. This is going to be a port from the nexusmods.com. The description copied from the Nexus simply reads, meshes and textures replaced for the Dawnbreaker. The reflective steel, light and treated equipment and enhancements have been added to this particular blade. This is an absolutely insane and gorgeous blade, as you guys can tell on screen. Now, it definitely does remind me of the blade, iconic blade out of Diablo franchise. I do believe it was Diablo 3, that Tyrion, I think, is it Tyrion? So the angel that was in Diablo 3 that had very much represents that. But for me, it's really, really sick to see. I absolutely love this. It's really gorgeous too, especially with a few other different sort of enchantment enhancers that I do have running within my load order, as you can tell right now. It looks absolutely finesse. No clipping, no sort of ugly textures popping in and out. It was so smooth. The models, meshes and textures are absolutely finesse. It looks really, really good. Plus as well, if you get 2 of these bad boys, probably can't within the vanilla based game. You obviously only get 1 because you can't dupe them unless you cheat. Then pick 2 of these bad boys up. They were really cool together. They look absolutely sick. But if you've got 1, still look pretty cool on a paladin build. Miraz Sword, coming in at 13.8 megabytes of a download. This is going to be adding a beautiful one-handed weapon into the world of Skyrim. Personally, this is a little bit of a tricky one to cover, not for the simple fact of the description or anything else, due to the fact of this technically shouldn't be classed as a one-hander due to the size of the blade within the base game. There's a few other different ones that Lagri has covered or done this week, that just the blades on them have been really long, hefty and beefy blades to be one-handers. No complaints from me. I'm just saying that they are sort of technically classed as 2-handers. It's really nice to see that we are having some really long bladed one-handers within the game. To get this particular weapon, all we need to do is head over to the forge, go into the dwarven category, and you can pretty much craft this one up for practically nothing. You can be upgraded on the grindstone, so get this sword and have a little look. This is really nice indeed. I love this. The models, meshes and textures are absolutely on point, and as well, guys, it's just insane for a one-handed weapon, and that length blade is out of this world. Dungeons and Dragons Weapon Pack, coming in at 57.7 megabytes of a download. This mod adds 6 new weapons to the game, a new material type called D20. All are one-handed swords that can be created at the new forge. There is going to be a location on the screen now. It's a custom location for you guys to go over to this dragon forge and make all of these one-handed weapons. Personally, a lot of these one-handed blades could be classed as 2-handed. It's nice to see that we have got somewhat of a new variant of one-hander. They're going to be extremely long, some of these, which I really do like the aesthetic, especially when you've got 2 really long swords. It just looks completely badass, that is for sure. Obviously, these ones are going to be Gather of Magic, Neverwinter Blade. There's going to be so many other different ones that are historically from D&D. There's going to be a load to choose and a load to try. They're all going to be obviously upgradable via the grindstone. Loads of different options to choose as well, depending on what your preference of blade is going to be. Maybe you want something a little bit flashy, there's one for that. Or if you want to somewhat stick to a lore-friendly game, there's a few in there for you guys to pick up as well. These weapons, stats-wise, are going to be stronger or slightly weaker to Daedric, again depending which one you do choose on those ones. I really do love this. It's absolutely awesome. Again, I'm thinking about bringing back the visual builds, and for this particular sort of mod, it'd be absolutely great to pair one of those or 2 of those really long one-handed swords for a visual build. The Soul Harvester, coming in at 15.5 megabytes of a download, adds the Soul Harvester 2-handed scythe with a beautiful custom location added within your game once upon installing this killer mod. Based on the weapon from Diablo 2, a huge thank to Lagri to putting this on the Bethesda.net website. Lagri's done a load of other things such as armor, but now is turning his head slightly towards the weapon faction of the side to do with mods, which is also very cool indeed. Love his work. All the models, meshes and textures are going to be on point. And as you can tell, the scythe looks absolutely devastating within your hands. It looks crazy in mine, but I better look even better within yours. Horker's Weapon Pack, coming in at 6.9 megabytes of a download. Adds 14 new Horker items to the game, such as weapons, shields, and other different things to do with the miscellaneous. Craft any forge within miscellaneous, and easily accessible to any man that kills this beast, collects the horns or the tusks, and pretty much will be able to create any of the things. They pretty much list all the things that you would get within a sort of vanilla perk to do with other different categories, such as warhammers, one-handed axes, great swords. There is an additional of a claymore. There's a warhammer, which is probably going to be my favorite, we shall see at the end, which looks really cool. The shield, all of the different arrow pouches, such as the arrows themselves and bolts, are going to be definitely themed around the Horker. They look really gorgeous, if I must say. Hopefully loads of other different things from the base game can be twisted in somewhat to make a modded version of these particular weapons. That would be absolutely great. But this is heavily on the immersion side, very lore friendly. I don't see how anyone would sort of roll their eyes that it isn't going to be lore friendly. Horkers are in the game, why not harvest them and make beautiful weapons out of them? They're a pain in the arse, they need to be slain, and what a great purpose to make with these fine new additions to the game. So guys, that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, I would very much appreciate a like on the video. Click that subscribe button. Renix as well, there is going to be a little bell icon. If you click that, you will get a notification in some way, shape or form when I upload a video to the channel. But until the next one guys, Killerkev here, and Killerkev out.